Hello, my bunny friends, my little fluffle. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the Raspberry Rabbits. I'm so glad you're here. And with much anticipation, I cannot wait to show you this. This is Token of My Love #3. So we've done 2 so far, but this one is extremely popular. I've had so many people emailing me and requesting this one. I think it is the roses that everybody is in love with, and I can't wait to show you what we're going to do with those. So this is the little heart. On the back is a pocket here, which is so fun. You can put a little chocolate in there, or you can put some tea. That's my favorite tea I drink, and you can put that in there, or a little note. But I also wanted to tell you about a thing a friend of mine is doing. She is making this for her granddaughter's wedding. So my friend Diane, she is actually going to applique this onto a satin pillow, and it will be used as the ring bearer's pillow. And then after the wedding, she'll turn it back into the heart and have it filled with some lavender as a keepsake. Is that not the cutest idea? You could also use the ties here and tie the wedding rings on and put the wedding rings in the pocket that way, if you didn't want to applique it onto a pillow, and it could be used like that as a little ring bearer pillow. I thought that was just the sweetest idea, and thank you, Diane, for letting me share that with everyone. All right, so let me show you what you will get in this kit, Token of My Love #3. You can get this 3 different ways from me and stitch along on these fun adventures. The first way, you get a whole kit, which is the pre-printed 100% Belgian linen. And then you get the linen that goes on the back of the heart here. And then this is a pocket right there that's printed on the linen. You'll also get the fusible interfacing. And what you do is you peel the paper backing off of this, and then with a cotton setting on your iron, you will put the glue side to the back of the linen and iron it down. And that keeps it stabilized while you're stitching. Okay, so you get that. You will also get these 3 yummy Valdani size 12 pearl cottons. Aren't they pretty? Love those. And you get a size 12 size 7 embroidery needle, my favorite needles. And of course you get written instructions with color photos in addition to this video. So that's the first way you can get a kit. Or the second way is you could get the printed linen. And if you have lots of threads, if you're a thread hoarder like I am, you can get the printed linen. You don't have to do any tracing. And the backing, the interfacing, and the instructions, and you'll just add your own thread. And the third way is for my lovely, lovely friends in England, Australia, and overseas, where shipping is just so ridiculously expensive. Or if you're a person that just wants instant gratification, you can get this as an instant download on my website. You'll print it out, and then you will trace it onto whatever fabric you like, and you get the instructions to go along with it. So there's 3 different ways you can get a kit, printed linen, or instant download on my website. All right, let's get started, because there was lots of questions. Everybody wanted to see how to do all of these stitches, so I'm going to show those to you right now. In addition to this video, all the stitches I use are in this embroidery guide. I sell this in my shop as well. It's nice to keep this in your sewing basket as just a backup to remind you how to do the stitches. So all the stitches I always use are in this guide if you want one as a backup. All right, I have my thimble on. I love this thimble. It sticks right to my finger. See, I've been talking to you the whole time and I didn't even realize I had it on because it's so comfortable. And so I sell these in my shop as well. If you have delicate little fingers like I do and need a little thimble, these are super comfortable. Okay, so what we're going to start off with first, we have our size 12 pearl cotton. This is about an 18-inch piece of pearl cotton. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this basket first. So the basket is made up of 2 different types of stitches. The first stitch is a chain stitch that I went back and forth like this, horizontally. The second stitch is a satin stitch that I went vertically with, okay? So let's start with the basket. You want to stitch your basket first when you're doing this. All right, so what you're going to do, I come up on the line right here, just like this. All right, and with a chain stitch, you're going to come up. I hold that, and then you're going right beside it there, and you're coming up on the line. You're just grabbing a little pinch like that. I like to use small stitches. You can use larger ones if you want, but I feel like a smaller stitch just looks neater and cleaner and keeps it a little straighter for you. So then you're going to go back in. You're going back into that hole, kind of towards the end there, grabbing another pinch, and then again, you're wrapping the thread and pulling it through, and I got it hooked on my watch. It's always fun, entertaining. All right, there we go. So pull that one through there. Okay, I'll do one more. So I'm not going in the center, I'm going in the hole in between those threads, but close to that edge, that far edge, okay? And then you come up, grab that little pinch, and then again, wrap the thread around just like that, okay? So that's how you do the chain stitch. So you're going to go back and forth on the basket to do that chain stitch just like that. I also used a chain stitch to outline the heart, okay? So that's the other place that you're going to use the chain stitch, the basket and on the heart to outline it, okay? All right, so the next thing that we have is the satin stitch. Let me just go back in here a minute. Using the same warm brown thread, we're going to stitch this satin stitch. So let's just come from here, come up on the line, and then all you're doing is going right back down like that, okay? And then again, coming up on the line right next to it, a little bit past the line so it covers it up real well, and then back down again. Just like that. I'll do one more for you. Coming up right here. I'm looking at it at an angle, so it takes me a minute to see it. All right, and then back down. Okay, so that's the satin stitch. You're going to go all the way across the top like that and on the bottom, filling in with that satin stitch like that. Okay? You will also use the satin stitch to fill in these little buds right here on this peach part. So these peach little buds, they also have that satin stitch, okay? All right, let me cut this off. When I tie off my threads, all I do is take 3 quick little back stitches through those existing threads, just like that. And then I cut it off, and it'll never go anywhere. All right, the next thing you're going to want to stitch is the vines and the leaves. Okay, that's the next thing you want to stitch. So you want to do your pot first, then you want to stitch the vines and the leaves. Okay, so all I did for those is I used a back stitch. So I'm going to start this up here. So I'm close to that one leaf. You come up on the line, and then you're going to go forward just a little bit like that. Okay, and then you're going to come forward again just a little bit. And then you go back into that hole right there, just like that. I'll do one more. Come back up again on the line. And then back into that previous hole, like that. All right, simple, just like that. So you're going to do back stitches right there. And you're going to do all of these, all the vines. And you're going to also back stitch around the leaves. And then, once you back stitch around the leaves, you're going to use a series of back stitches to fill the leaves in. Okay, so that's how you fill the leaves in. You just do a whole bunch of back stitches. Normally what I do is I stitch around it, and then I kind of just echo around it, keep going around and around till it fills in. All right, but that's how that looks when it's all filled in with those back stitches. Okay, so there you go. All right, next thing we want to do is with the peach thread, you will come and you will do your satin stitches here, and then you're going to do your French knots. Okay, so that's the next thing you're going to do, the French knots in the center of your heart. All right, so I'm going to come up here. Just like that, I'm coming up in that dot. You're going to grab your thread and you're going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm wrapping it around my needle 3 times, and then you're going right back down. You're not in the same hole, but you're real close to it. What's important is keeping this one tight right here. So I drag it off the edge of the table, and then I pull this knot down like that, keeping it tight. Ooh, perfect knot every time. Okay, let me do one more for you. You're going to come up on the dot. You're going to wrap 3 times. 1, 2, 3, keeping this tight. Going back in, not in the exact hole, but real close. Again, keep this tight. And then you pull this down. Whoop, there you go. Perfect little French knot. Cute, huh? David's filming this for me, and I think he's going to be able to do all these stitches after we're done doing all these each time. Right, honey?
Right.
Okay, let me tie another knot real quick. And I'm going to show you how to do these roses. Everybody just loves these roses. And I actually taught myself how to do these. To make this. I've always wanted to do them. I thought they were pretty, and I'm like, let's learn something new. Okay, so what you're going to do on these, it's a lot easier than it looks, so don't be afraid. All right, so these little star pieces here like this, okay? These little star pieces. So you're going to come up on them in the center just like that, and then you're going to go over to the point. Okay, I came up to the center, over to the point like that. And then I'm going to come back to the center again, come up in that center hole, and then I'm going to go to this point like that. Okay, and all I'm doing is coming in the center hole, and I'm doing these big long stitches to the end of that line. Okay, we're covering that line. And if it's not totally covering the line, it's okay, just as long as it's covering this outside. But like if you can see it a little bit right there, that's okay. Don't get scared. It's all right. Okay, then you come there, last one, come back to the center and out to that edge. All right, easy so far, right? Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna come up right here really close to this line right there, real close to that one. And we're going to do a weaving technique. So I came up here, we're going to go over this one, under, over, under, over, under, all the way around. So first one up, came up, I'm going to go over this one, and I'm going to slide my needle under this one. And then I'm going to go over this one, and I'm going to go under this one. And then I'm going to go over this one, and under this one. Over, under, over, under. All we're doing is weaving around. So over this one, under this one. So each time it'll be the opposite as you go around, okay? So now we're going to go over this one and under this one. Over here, under here. Over here, under here. See how easy that is? Okay, so you're just going to keep going around and over, under, over, under, over, under, till you get all the way out to the outside, and then you just tuck your needle in there to that last loop and put it down. So like say we got all the way around out there, you would come here, and then you just tuck that last stitch down in there like that. And that's all you do, over, under, keep going around and around until you've covered all those points up all the way around, just like that. It's that simple. Fun, huh? Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you all so much for your friendship and support of my small business. Bunnies and I just appreciate you so very, very much. So hop on over to theraspberryrabbits.com, and you can get your Token of My Love #3 kit, printed linen, or instant download. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and also follow along with me on Facebook and Instagram, all under the Raspberry Rabbits. Bye, thanks so much.